All right, folks, Jermaine Farrell in the house. It is the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Media Days. We're getting ready for the 2025 season. And, of course, we're bringing in the crew from Independence, Grayson County, in the house. And join me right now, of course, the head coach of Grayson County, Stephen James, in his fifth year. Coach, how you doing today?
Doing good.
Well, Coach, what a season last year. You went 10-4, came up a little short in the Class 1 finals to Essex. But overall, I mean, a tremendous run last year. Just your thoughts about that season heading into this year.
We had a good year, obviously, a little beat up there towards the end, but, obviously ran into a very good Essex team in the state championship. Kids did a great job all year, the way we started off the season, which we knew, we talked about last year. We'd have some growing pains early, but kids did a really good job throughout the year and, stayed focused and obviously ended up with a very good, successful year.
You mentioned that, and we talked about it even last season during your playoff run. Started off 0-2, but then you got hot. You won 10 of your next 11 games. And then obviously another thing that was impressive to me during your playoff run, Coach, 3 road wins. I mean, just talk about just that, because that shows a lot. I mean, it's tough to win 1 road playoff game. You guys won 3 last year.
Going in, we went to Withfield the second week and was fortunate to come out of there with a win, and then had to travel to Bath County for the Arctic game, and that was a tough environment just as far as the weather conditions and everything else. And then, the following week we go to Rye Cove and play a very good Rye Cove team, and kids did a great job there. We were down pretty big early and was able to come back and obviously win the game to make it to the state championship.
And, Coach, we talk about off the camera, we talk about this 3 straight years with at least 10 wins. I mean, that's impressive to win 30 games over the last 3 years. I mean, if you could just put that into perspective, because you started off, your first year there, you were 5-6, but got into the playoffs. But then to win 10, 30 games in 3 years, that's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of speaks to the type of kids we have. They've done an extremely good job over the years of buying into what we're preaching, and they do a great job in the off season of getting prepared for the season, and that's sort of been the deciding factor on how we've had some of that success.
Well, Coach, if you could talk about the 3 guys you brought up today and what they mean to the program and just what they mean to everything overall.
Kingston Cox, he was all-state both ways, O-line, D-line. Kingston's been a great football player for us for a couple of years now. And then the Goad twins, older brother Mac graduated, and he was obviously a great football player for us. But those 2 came into their own for us last year and were definitely major contributors and very good football players for us. And, all those guys are hard workers and good leaders for us.
Then when you start the season on August 29th. September, you played a month worth of games.
Yeah.
But August 29th, you hit the road to North Carolina to play Allegheny. You can talk about that game and your other non-district games and any changes from the previous seasons with your non-district schedule.
Allegheny's, that's our first game, has been since I've gotten there. And, we're behind 8 ball when we play them because they've already played a full game, a real game in North Carolina. But, those have all been competitive games. And then I think we got Carroll the second week, and then we've added 2 new teams, Tazewell and Virginia High, weeks 3 and 4, and then Floyd week 5. That was the Tazewell and Virginia High were the 2 additions to the schedule this year. That's probably going to be a pretty tough little run there with those first 5 games, but hopefully it's going to prepare us for what we need to do down the road too.
And obviously your district is year in, year out is so tough.
District year in, year out's been, obviously one of the tougher in the area in the state, and we're hoping it stays that way because we think it does prepare us, to get into the playoffs and hopefully have that type of success that we've been able to have in the playoffs.
I asked you this last year, I think, or maybe I did, maybe I asked a different way. I mean, again, we talk about your 0-2 start. What were some of the things you had to tell the team? Because, usually if you get off to an 0-2 start, your season can go one or two directions. Like, oh, we lost 2 games and we're going to go this direction. Or your team went the opposite when they got on that hot streak of winning 10 out of 11.
Well, you know, it's again a testament to our kids. I mean, you know, we'd told them all along, you know, we expected some growing pains because we had a lot of younger guys at new positions. And, you know, when they go back and look at the film from those 2 games, it wasn't necessarily that, you know, we got beat. We sort of beat ourselves too in some areas. And, you know, they see that and they made some corrections. And, you know, that's sort of how we were able to continue to move forward.
And if you could talk a little bit just about, obviously, some more adversity last year with the hurricane that rolled in. How are things now? Because, you know, back then, you know, it was pretty tough. How's the road to recovery down there in Grayson County?
You know, there's still some people that are struggling in Grayson County from the storm and, you know, the winter we had and storms that we had over the winter. But, you know, it's moving in the right direction and, you know, hopefully continues to for a lot of the people in our community.
And I'm sure that you heard from a lot of people down there about your run to the state finals. It seemed like it was an inspiration for the community considering what they were going through. I mean, how big was that for you guys to even do that, to maybe provide a little bit of a distraction from what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, and again, since I've been there, we've had, you know, good community support, and obviously, you know, everybody loves a winner anyway. But, you know, when you're winning games, that helps. But, you know, even in times of struggle, you know, we've always had good community support. You know, they're willing to do anything to help these kids out, and that's, you know, the kind of place that we're in.
So, Coach, at the end of the day, what's it going to take for you guys to have the season you expect and hope to have? Because obviously you want to win the whole thing, but what do you think it'll take to get there?
Well, you know, our expectation every year is obviously to try and play in that last game. You know, we're going to have to stay healthy, just like any other year, but, you know, this year's probably a little tighter in some regards. You know, the kids, like I said, we've had a great off season. They've done what they've needed to do to prepare for this year, and, you know, we'll continue to try and get better each day. We've got a few guys in some new spots that are going to have to obviously step up, and we've got some guys that haven't played a whole lot that are going to have to step up, that are going to have to play somewhere at times. And, you know, we're expecting things to, you know, hopefully stay like they are, and we've got high expectations. But, you know, it's like we tell them all the time, they're only expectations. If we don't do the work, then those expectations don't become reality.
Now, something else I wanted to ask you too. I mean, I ask this about a lot of teams. Now, when they come off of a great run, like going to a state championship or winning it all, and then they look at, okay, this is a new season. So what category do you go with that? Do you still, obviously people talk about embrace it, or do you just say, hey, look, last year was last year, we're going to focus on 2025?
You know, you use it a little bit. Obviously, if you don't win that last one, there's some motivation there where you can use that aspect of it. You know, but at the same time, it's a new year, it's a new team. You know, you got to make your own path to the successful part of it, and either you're going to do it or you're not.
Good deal. And obviously you've had success at other places, but being at Grayson County, now you're in your 5th year, and now it's kind of like everybody knows what to expect from you. How special, how important is it to have that, knowing that, okay, year 5, it's not like year 1 where people are trying to figure it out. Now everybody knows and they see what the expectations are.
And, you know, that's all part of it. I mean, the kids know what to expect. You know, they know they're going to have to work and do things in the off season, and you know, it's not a easy life for any athlete. You know, high school, college, whatever it is, and it's time consuming and everything else. And if either you're committed or you're not, and if you're not committed, you're probably not going to be around very long.
That's true. Well, Coach James, it's always a joy to see you, sir.
Yes, sir.
And the reason why is because, A, great haircut. We're the hair club for men, and I'm the president.
We're getting a little gray up in there.
Yeah, but my gray is more than yours. You can pull yours off right there, but you're awesome, sir. Thank you so much. Good luck this season.
Thanks
you're
for having
awesome.
us.
And, of course, the Grayson County crew, they get started on August 29th at Allegheny, North Carolina. as we look at Grayson County and so many other great teams as we are here with the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Media Days. We get you ready for the 2025 season.
Makray, Goad.
Spell it out.
Makray, Goad.
Year in school,
2026.
high school,
Grayson County High School.
and position.
Wide receiver.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Everywhere.
That is true.
You were a coach once. Alrighty. I ran through all my questions. Okay, well, let's just have a conversation. Just first and foremost, talk to me about last season. What was kind of like the highs and lows? What did y'all learn? And then, that's going to lead up to talking about the finals.
I think we learned a lot, like as far as like the hurricane and everything hitting and going through injuries and everything. I think that that's probably going to help us going into this season and kind of learning how to deal with things when they don't go your way and just coming back from that, like as far as comeback wins go and everything like that, like that kind of helps it just kind of get back into things and it'll hopefully help a better outcome come this season. So
Now, by like week 3 for you guys, you hit that turning point after dropping 2 of those first games. I mean, I would have been frustrated. I'm sure you guys were too. What changed? Like, how did you guys click? How did you guys mentally establish, like, okay, we're going to take practice serious this time because we don't want to be 0-3?
right. I don't really like. I don't think it was a physical thing. I think everybody was kind of just not all the way in. Kind of didn't really expect to be the team we ended up being. They were kind of down on everything, and obviously the first 2 games did not go the way we wanted them to. But I mean, if you just sit there and kind of dwell on it, then it's going to keep happening. And I think everybody kind of realized that, and Coach James kind of helped everybody like step up and lift harder, work harder in practice, and it helped the outcome of the games.
Well, it's your senior year. Feeling kind of on edge. You were saying you guys are like have a lot of pressure. Like, talking about like the experience, just being able to work through last year and then now coming back. It's a lot of eyes on you guys.
Definitely. There's a lot of pressure. Not like, it's not a bad pressure. It's kind of like a good thing, kind of. But it being our last year, it's going to be rough. But I think that we could be in the same spot we were last year if everybody kind of puts their head down and works hard and stays there. But the pressure part, it's kind of surreal. I don't know. It's a weird feeling, definitely.
Yeah. And obviously, how's the off season been? Y'all had practice little weights this morning, and seem like they're already starting to kind of get in a routine.
I think the off season's been really good. I think everybody's kind of getting stronger and better mentally, kind of understanding the game more and watching film from last year and getting prepared for games like that and close games. But I definitely think this summer's been going well, and everybody's been showing up like they should, and we've just been working hard. So I think that it'll transfer over to the season.
Well, what does Grayson County mean to you, especially playing?
A lot. Grayson County itself, it's a very good place. Everybody's we're close. Everybody knows each other, so that's nice. The way the community helps out the program in general, like not just the program, but the high school, it helps. So being like, we're in Grayson County, it means a lot, so.
Yeah. Well, obviously it's early on in the season, but you can always have like goals and expectations. So do you have any goals planned out for yourself personally and or for the team?
My goal is to be the best teammate I can possibly be and help those on and off the field, just to be there for them and do my part so that I can help others hopefully do their part as well.
We're looking for most this upcoming season. Just put the pads back on, just be under the lights. What's something you're looking forward to the most?
Probably running out on Friday night, just the first game and kind of getting that first hit and just everything kind of comes back to you. And
Y'all's season opener is away, isn't it?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They don't got home field advantage.
No, not this year.
But how's the bus rides? How's the road trips for y'all?
The bus rides are definitely fun. They're an experience for sure that the seniors are definitely going to miss, and that'll be hard not being able to do those again. But we look forward to them.
All right. Anything else you want to mention or say?
No, Maverik Goad.
Okay, Maverik. All right, spell it. You already know how to spell it.
Maverik Goad.
Where you go to school?
Grayson County High School.
Awesome sauce. And what's your position?
Quarterback.
Okay. And what year in school you're entering?
My senior year.
Cool beans. Sweet. It's awesome to see you. All right. Well, you ready for this one? Talk to me, man. How's it feel to be back?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. There's a little bit of pressure, but
A little bit.
yeah.
They all were saying that earlier. I was like, y'all nervous? They're like, it's just some pressure.
I understand. Well, why do you feel like that pressure is there, man? I mean, everything last year, I know it didn't necessarily work where you guys wanted it to, but I mean, the fact that you guys made it to where you had to go to, that's pretty amazing just to say, right?
I mean, the expectations are high, obviously, but I mean, you just got to go out there and do what we can, and hopefully we get back to where we were last year, but with a different outcome.
Talk to me a little bit about this team. I mean, excited to be back with at least those guys. I mean, you lost some fellas,
Yeah.
specifically someone who but
Yeah.
I mean, talk to me. What is it about being with this senior squad, man?
It's good. I mean, we've played with each other for a very long time, so the chemistry's there, and we all work very, very hard. Obviously, we have some positions that we need to fill, but I think we'll get them filled pretty good. So,
Awesome. And just talk to me about the fact that how do you kind of, physically you get back in the saddle and things like that, but mentally, how do you kind of rewind and kind of put everything that you learned last year and put it into this season?
you got to flush the bad things mostly, but the things that worked out for us, like the comeback wins, we got to keep those in our mind and allow those to help us out when we get later in the season and early in the season too. With the way we started last year, we just got to let that kind of come into play at the beginning of this season so it can help us out a little bit. But
do you feel kind of like there's a target on your back, or do you feel like you're entering the season with a chip on your shoulder?
a little bit of both. A little bit of both. I think a lot of teams are going to be out to beat us, obviously, but we'll have a different chip on our shoulder. We got a little taste of what it was like to be in the state championship last year, and we got a lot to prove this season.
I mean, the fact that this team is constantly making strides to get to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. When you kind of look back at your career specifically, is it kind of surreal to kind of see Grayson County kind of make those strides, especially under Coach James?
It definitely is. Coach James, when he came in, we all knew that he was going to be a very good coach, and he has helped us out tremendously. He built this program from the ground up, really, and he has brought us a long way. So,
What's it like having a coach like Coach James?
he's a very good coach. I mean, everything he says, it's usually on point. I mean, reads from quarterback to defense, it's there and it's good.
I know this has been a family affair for you. So what's it kind of be like? I know senior season, and this is kind of it, right? Is that kind of weird? Is it is it kind of I guess bittersweet or something like that for you?
I definitely don't want it to end, but I mean, it's a good feeling knowing that I get to come back and play one last season with guys that I've grown up with. So I mean, that's a good feeling. But
Also, what's it like representing Grayson County, especially this year after everything that kind of popped off and last year, and a lot of positivity that came to the program last year?
I mean, I wouldn't rather represent a different school. I mean, this school, it means the world to me, and it's helped me out a lot. I mean, it's just a great program. The guys, the support from the coaching staff to the players around, it's one big family. The community's great. I mean, they've helped us out a lot.
Awesome sauce. You got anything else for me?
I don't think so.